really start talking about success, you have to ask, what is success? Because everybody has a definition or a different definition of success. When you say, like, my success might be different than what you would say success is or what you would say, because everyone has a different idea or a different concept or a different goal. Would we agree on that? Yes? Cool. So with that, how I look at success is just simply getting what you want, right? Getting what you want is as simple as that. And with that place, then how does someone obtain what they want? First and foremost, you have to define what you want. Very few people have I found in this world understand or really say, yes, that is what I want for my life. Right? And if you've never done that, then you're just like somebody with an arrow just shooting everywhere. There's no target. Do you guys understand? So first off, defining what you want. And then being able to move into how do I get it or how do I obtain it. So this is how I think it is. Because I think the success is actually much easier than what we think. Okay? I believe that success is much, much easier than we think. Because oftentimes we complicate success. True or not true? Or do you say that most people think that success is fairly hard to obtain? Or almost one of those things like no one wants to talk about it. It's like no one should talk about success or getting what you want because very few people have it. It's almost like don't bring that up. Why would we bring that up? But isn't that what life is? Like, why can't we talk about what is real in life? That's what we want, so let's talk about it. Does that make sense? Right? So let's go into it. Our success, for me, success is freedom. I want freedom from the constraints of life. I want freedom from the money problems, from the family problems, from the lack problems that I see a lot of people have. Okay? So with that, I believe, first off, you have to define where you start. I believe that most of us are in what's called survival mode. Right? We make just enough money to get by. We get by, we live, we survive. If we stop doing what we're doing, we won't survive, so we just continue to go. We continue to just get by. Do we know some people like this? Yes, we know some people like that, right? Half of you guys nodded, half of you guys hands up, that's cool, right? So we know some people that way, that are in that survival mode. And I found that most people in that survival mode stay in that survival mode for the rest of their life. It's called cruising altitude. They're cruising, just getting by. But not until we say, hey, I'm barely surviving. I want to get out of this. I want to go above and beyond. Can we begin? So that's my first point, is you decide to be able to have a path out. So you decide a path out of this survival. So once you say, I'm in survival, you have to say, what is my direction out of survival? Do you guys understand? So then we have to say, any endeavor that we're getting involved with, play the tape forward. Okay, if I get to the ultimate of that, if I get to the ultimate of this endeavor, this career or this opportunity or this profession, whatever it might be, where do I end up? Do you guys understand? Where do I end up in that? Is that where I want to be? If the answer is no, then we're wasting our time. If the answer is yes, we're in the right profession. Do you guys understand? Right? So this is the preparation part. And then the number 3 and the number 4 is the part that no one likes. Face opposition. So everyone's cool with, okay, cool, like, yeah, I want to be successful. Yes, I totally want to do my vision board and my goal setting and choose all the things that I want in my life. I love that. That's great, And I can really make a plan for exactly how I want it to accomplish. But then, number 3 and number 4, face opposition. Oh, I'm not sure about that one. This opposition thing. You mean problems? Right? And then the 4th one, overcome challenges. Myself in my life, I've been able to create quite a bit of success or quite a bit of money, and I have very low skill and very low talent. I only speak one language, don't know anything about computers, I barely can check email, like my skill level is very low. So if I had to go get employed in the world, I would have to pretty much go work a manual labor job, because I would have no applicable skill. Maybe I could go sell because I learned it from this industry, but that's about it. Do you guys understand? So with the low skill level, I looked at the world and I said, well, what's going on here? How can I be of value? Because I was taught that your success or your income is directly related to how much value that you create in society. Right? So I was like, how can I be of value with low skill level? And then I saw it. I said, look, everybody in this world has problems. And everybody has challenges. So if I can just be an answer for those problems, I will always have a value. I will always have a place in society. Because there is an abundance of problems and issues. There's a scarcity of people that can be the answer to those problems and oppositions, or those challenges. Do you guys understand? So if you can learn to be able to step back from the problem and be a little logical and help sort through the problem, you will always have a place in this world. The CEOs of every company, that's all they really do. They help fix the problem. You guys got me? Right? And first problems you have to fix, your own. Okay? Next thing is, after you're able to overcome, you're able to move, you're able to start beginning to gain freedom. Right? You can't have this without going through this. I know everyone wants this. Are we willing to go through this? Right? So some people, they try to go from survival and they go to freedom. And here's what happens to them. Let's click next. They go right from survival to go to freedom. And they say, you know what? I'm going to get into business. I'm going to get into entrepreneurship. I'm going to follow my dream. I'm going to follow my passion. You know, yes, Dan, I love humanity. Change style. I love that. Let's do it. Right? So let me move forward on it. Do you guys understand? So then we start to be like, okay, cool. So now I'm this architect of my life. And my architect of my life is, I really want to sleep in. I'm going to be in bed till 11 a.m. When I get up, I'm going to chill and relax because I like that too. And I really, after I chill and relax, I really love this video game thing. So after I chill and relax, I'm going to do the video games. And then about that time, my friends are going out for beers. Now it's beer time because I'm the architect of my life. Okay? So here's how entrepreneurship works. Okay? You're your own boss. So you work for you. You don't answer to anyone. For the majority of our lives, we've done what we've been told, right? When we went to school, we went to class when we're told. We go to school when we're told. We get out when we're told. We eat when we're told. We go to the bathroom when we're told, right? And then after that, you go to college. You do the same thing. After that, you go work in a corporation. Guess what? You do the same thing. You show up when you're told. You leave when you're told. You go to the cafeteria with your coworkers, and it's just like a big school. The other day, I went to a big corporation, and I was there at lunchtime, and it felt like 50-year-olds at school. It was the same feeling. I was like, oh no. Because I hated that feeling, the ones, like you can't find the seat, you're like walking through, like, where's the cool kid table? Can I sit there? Whose group do I fit in? I had my little tray because I had a meeting there. I'm like, oh, I hope I can find it like really fast because I didn't want to be in like the nomad table. Does that make sense to you guys? But I believe that when you attack freedom in the right way, you can start to be able to create the right habits. Because entrepreneurship is habit just as much as following is a habit. And as you move into entrepreneurship, you can begin to start to architect your life. You can design your schedule. You can choose your priorities. You can create your success. And you can empower others. And I believe it's just unlocking a difference in your mentality. It's unlocking a different way to live. As you start to really create your schedule. If you guys are going to do this business, I'm telling you, you need a planner. Because most of you people are going to start this part-time, right? So you're going to have your job. You're going to have your sports that you do. You're going to have your other things that you do, right? You have to block in time to be able to start your business. One of the most common mistakes that I've seen is nobody makes time to make phone calls. Okay, so people don't magically enroll in your business. People don't magically like, hey, Jennifer, I heard about this product that you sold from somebody. Can I buy the full set? Like that doesn't happen. If business was that easy, I would love it. But it doesn't happen that way. At most, someone says, hey, I heard about this thing. Can you tell me about it? But that's very rare too. Usually it happens from you creating content. Do you guys understand? So make time in your planner to make phone calls. Make time in your planner to make follow-ups. Make time in or your business isn't going to grow. Do you guys understand? But you can design the schedule to be able to fit the way you like to do it, at the times that you like to do it, in the days that you like to do it. With this, you can start understanding, you can start looking at what are your real priorities. Because when you're in survival mode, you can't think about priorities, right? You can only think about what you got to do to survive. Once we've been able to get out of survival mode and get a little bit above that, we can think about, hey, family is very important to us. Friends are very important to us. Travel is very important to us. Health is very important to us. Sports are important to me. Yoga is important to her. You know, different activities are priorities for us, and we can prioritize them because we are the architect of our life, and we can design our schedule to be able to do whatever we want to do. Like, I love football, so I make my schedule where I don't do any regional tours during football season. As funny as that sounds, because I want to watch my football when I'm at home. And then I'm like, I don't like winter. So I'm like, hey B, I call Cindy B, right? So I'm like, hey B, you want to live in Australia for the summer, for their summer, our winter? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, perfect. So while everyone else is like walking through the slop of, wet snow, I'm like, I'm going to be on the beach and learn how to surf. Because I can design my schedule the way I want, because my business is up and running, and I run everything through Skype. Do you guys understand? Right? Next thing is with this, while you're choosing your priorities, you can create your success. Why would create? Because that was very, very important to me. Because most people are dependent on their success. They want to depend on their government to create their success. They want to depend on their friend to create their success. They want to depend on someone else externally outside of them to help them be successful. But I'll tell you that nobody cares about your success more than you, and your success isn't going to happen until you take ownership and say, I'm going to actually create this, and I'm going to go through the challenges to overcome it. Do you guys understand? And when you start to understand how to do that, it becomes easier. The hardest thing is to become successful at first. But once you've done it, you're like, oh, that's very easy. Like a lot of people, they come into this business or this industry and they want to grow a team. And originally, the rejection, because some of your friends are going to say no, some of your friends are going to say yes, they're going to quit, some of your customers are going to say yes, they're going to quit. Some of those things are very hard for us emotionally, because we're like, oh my goodness, this person's rejecting me, or I feel rejected, or this is hard, or this issue. But then, once you've done it a few times, you're like, oh, this is easy. Like Cindy and I were like, oh, okay, we're going to start a whole new team, a whole new group. So we know what we got to do. We got to go contact 200 people, find 40 people that are kind of interested. Out of that 40 people, probably 20, 25 are going to be customers. Out of that, 5, 10 people are going to be reps. And out of that 5, 10, 1 or 2 are going to be serious, and they're going to create a whole new team. Life's easy. So just talk to 200. But when it's your first time doing it, it's like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know what they're going to respond, how are they going to think about me, what's the judgment, what's this, oh my goodness, and we're so scared, but then once you do it, it becomes easier. Do you guys understand? I mean, it's just, everything it's not just network marketing, everything's like that. Like, I want to start learning how to surf. First time I go in the ocean, you get smashed by a wave, you're like, oh my gosh, ocean is going to swallow me, coral reef, fishes, oh my God, But then you get used to it as you go. Do you guys understand? All right? And then the last part is, and what I think is very exciting, is to be able to empower others to do the same thing. And that's one of the passions that we have here, to be able to pass that forward and to be able to move it forward. Does that make sense to you guys? So that's my simple steps. And if you like it, use it. If you don't use it. It's that easy. Okay?